Everyone says that MNCs are the safest and the best option for freshers. Then why did I reject an MNC offer and choose a startup, and that too at half of the salary? Let me tell you my real story. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Techie Talk with Aditya. Today's video is for all the freshers and career switchers who are confused between joining an MNC or a startup. I will share my personal journey and the exact reasons why I choose a startup over an MNC even when the MNC was paying more. So let's talk about my background first. So I come from a mechanical background, and in 2022 during the COVID period I realized that the mechanical jobs were very limited. But at the same time, companies like Accenture, Cognizant, IBM were hiring thousands of students from my own college. So I decided to switch from mechanical to IT. And eventually I got selected in Cognizant based on my aptitude, logical reasoning, communication skills, and little bit of C programming knowledge. And at that time, I didn't have strong programming skills, but I had the mindset to learn. In Cognizant, I was trained in testing domain, which I completely accepted at that time because I was starting my career from zero level and I didn't know much about this IT industry. During the training, I went through theory sessions, hands-on practice, mini projects, multiple exams, and SME interviews. And I learned the concepts related to software development lifecycle, agile and waterfall models, how to write the test cases and execute testing, how to perform unit testing, and some of the principles associated with manual testing. This training was really helpful and gave me clarity how a real software works. And even today, after working as a software developer, I still consider that training at Cognizant as my career changing phase. That was the place where my foundation was built. The mentors didn't just teach the concept, they prepared us for real competition, real interviews, and real industry pressure. And seriously, that training boosted my confidence and made me believe that I truly belongs to the IT field. But slowly I realized one important thing. Testing was not something I wanted to do for long term. I wanted to build software, not just test it. I wanted to become a Java developer. So in order to work on those, during Cognizant itself, I started learning Java seriously using the Udemy courses. So I started learning about the core Java OOPS concept, some basic concepts related to backend development, and started preparing myself for the interviews. And then I prepared myself and started giving interviews as a Java developer. After months of preparation, I finally got selected in a startup in my own city. But here is the twist. Salary was half of what Cognizant was paying. No brand name, no fancy campus, nothing is there. But still, I chose that startup. Now comes the main part of this video, why I chose a startup over an MNC. So the very first and most important reason is clear role and responsibility. In startup, your role is well defined. I was hired specifically as a Java developer, but when it comes to multinational companies, roles are often flexible and can change based on project need. Today testing, tomorrow support, day after tomorrow development. So this creates uncertainty about your core skill and career direction as well. Let's talk about the domain clarity versus the business dependency that we have in multinational companies. So you will receive structured training. That is a big plus for every fresher. Training is good, but your final domain depends on business requirement. And even if you got the training in the preferred domain, it is not 100% guaranteed that you will get the project related to the same domain. Because the project allocation depends on client requirement, business requirements, and all those parameters. The ultimate point over here is you may not always get the technology or the role that you prefer. But when it comes to startups, you are hired for a specific skill set. You work consistently in the same domain for a longer duration. Your learning becomes focused and deep, not scattered across different technologies. Now let's talk about the project allocation pressure in multinational companies. So after training, you need to clear the assessment, then interviews for the project. On every occasion, you must prove your worth again and again. And if you don't get a project, you need to stay on bench for a longer duration. So this all parameters will create stress and uncertainty always. But when it comes to startup, you are directly part of a core team and your contribution will start from day one only. In multinational companies, when the project changes, your domain changes, your technology stack will change. Sometimes it will help you to grow in the career, but sometimes it will ruin your specialization as well. For a fresher who wants to master any one particular technology, this is very risky factor. Now let's talk about the learning curve in startups. Learning curve in startups is faster because you need to work on real production code. You make mistake and learn fast over there. You understand end-to-end development right from the code writing and deployment. Your growth is practical, not just theoretical over there. Let's talk about the ownership and real responsibility. And it is one of the most important factor as well why I have chosen startup over the MNC. What happens usually in startups, your work truly matters over there. Your code, whatever code that you will write, 99.99% chances are there that it will go on the live server as well. So you will feel accountable for whatever you have built and you will feel proud about that. So in startups, you grow as an engineer, not just as an employee that will follow the task. Yes, the salary was half, but the only question I asked myself, do I want short-term money or a long-term career growth as a software developer? In the long run, my skills will pay me far more than any high starting salary. I am not saying startups are better than MNCs or MNCs are bad. Both have their own advantages or disadvantages. So you need to choose MNC if you want that stability, you are okay with role uncertainty, you want structured training, you have zero knowledge about the IT industry, but you need to choose startup if you want a fixed domain, you want to grow faster, you want to become strong in one particular technology, and you are ready to take responsibility early in your career. And one more important thing that I want to add over here, I have seen my own friends who joined MNC and are doing really well today. Some of them are now working for big 4 companies. Even those who were on the bench in multinational companies for almost 1 year, they have utilized their time to upskill themselves. And later they moved into the great roles. So MNCs are not bad at all. It completely depends on how you use the opportunities you get. So this was my personal journey from being a mechanical engineer to joined as an intern at Cognizant, then becoming a Java developer, becoming ready for this startup and doing the work over there. If you are a fresher confused between multinational companies and startup, remember that your first job should build your foundation, not just your bank balance. If this video helped you, like, share and subscribe to my channel Techie Talk with Aditya and comment below, are you choosing MNC or startup and why?